Hello everyone, my name is Raya binti Jumali. So today I'll be presenting my new edX startup called Skill Sprout. So today we'll go through what is Skill Sprout. I wanted to introduce you the new educational technology that I wanted to develop for specifically for children who has disability like Down syndrome and together with the autism spectrum disorder. So we go through the introductions, the problem statement, the real world insight just from my own experience, a solution overview from the problem statements, and then the key features of the Skill Sprout, the technology themselves, and the competitive advantage. Australian regulations is the most important thing. Compliance strategies, innovation and value, and we'll end with the conclusion of the whole presentation. Welcome to Skill Sprout. Why I choose Skill Sprout? Because Skill Sprout represent two important main ideas, which is the first one is skill and the second one is sprout. Skill represent the essential abilities for children that they need to develop. For example, communication skills, essential skills, emotional control, routine and daily living skills. While the word sprout represent the growth, the progress and development, just like a sprout, a small plant, it grows step by step, right? But with the right care and support as well. So as well as the children with disability, they can grow, they can thrive, but with the right learning tools, the right environments, with the right help. So therefore, the name of Skill Sprout reflects the purpose of my startup to help these children with disability to gradually build the important life and learning skill in a supportive and engaging way. And this also help the support worker and parents easier to help them grow their life, their skills, so that in future they can live their own life independently. So I am creating Skill Sprout because this is based on my working experience as disability support worker, where I'm working with a Down syndrome girl who has autism spectrum disorder as well. So they have disability development where children with Down syndrome and autism spectrum disorder face a difficulty to read. They cannot read at all. They're also poor of emotional regulations, have a difficulty to control their emotions and behaviors. Sometimes they overreact, sometimes they couldn't express their emotions. They're sad or happy or they're mad. So they also lack of structured routines, which is lead to confusion and anxiety. It's always happened because there's no a routine for them every day to do. The parents always do for them, so it's not good for their development skills. They also have limited ability to perform daily living skills. For example, brushing the teeth, or they don't even know how to brush your hair, how to shower, how to do the dishes or laundry and everything. They also some of them also display behaviors that may be perceived as lazy. That's because that's what I faced. But they actually due to lack of structured support. What I can see from the traditional education is it's not personalized, because current educational tools are often too complex and focus only one skill at a time. So as a result, children are unable to reach their full potential, and caregivers always faced with the ongoing stress of their behaviors, and how to control them back in the routine when it's not properly practiced at home with the parents as well. Real world insight. These 3 points is coming from my working experience as a support worker disabilities. I'm working with the kids who has Down syndrome with autism spectrum disorder. So from my observation, they lack of daily routine, they have problem with the communication skills, and they have problem to be independent, which means, okay, the first point is daily routine. They lack of structured routines. I said this because when they with the support worker always tell them like what they have to do every morning before we start the day. So we kind of have a plan for the day, like a plan on paper, on support worker mobile phone, but they don't have the right tools for support worker and parents to work together for the routines. Second one is communication, because many of the children doesn't know how to read. They don't really recognize words as well as speaking. This giving a hard time for them to communicate with the community, sorry. And also it's giving a hard time for support worker to understand and communicate with the children. Third one is independent. This is the most important point because from what I see, they have limited independence in living skills, where they always depends on the parents and support worker to do things for them. But as a support worker, I always tell them what they have to do, what the parents cannot do for them, so that they don't really depend to the parents in future. And we also want to build their living skills so that in future they can build their own life. Skill Sprout was designed as a solution to this problem. It's designed as an AI-powered educational technology app, specifically designed for children with multiple disabilities, for example, Down syndrome with ASD. This app was designed where one app with the multiple features such as learning, behavior, and life skills. So here is the 4 key features of Skill Sprout. The first key features is routine builder, where they have a visual schedules, a step-by-step guidance, and to reduce their anxiety and builds independence in their self. Second one is reading system, where they have interactive phonic learnings with the audio and visual support, which audio and visual can help children with this ability to build their excitement in learning, because these kids, they can easily get bored when it comes to reading and when it comes to learning. So audio and visual kind of support and can give excitement to them to keep learning. The third one is behavior training. It teaches emotional control and social interaction scenarios, and they can learn how to be socialized in the community, how to control their emotion, how to express their emotions. And the last one is life skills. For example, brushing the teeth, shower, how to shampoo your hair, conditioning your hair. It's a visual step by step about daily routine, what they have to do from the morning, what they have to do after this and that. So it can fix their daily routine in one app. Support worker and parents can help the kids to focus and do their routines every day. In 2026, we have seen a lot of educational technologies to help these disability children to grow and develop their skills. But what I wanted to mention here is all the apps, not all, but some of the apps only focus on one skill. For example, Let Me Talk. They focus on a speech delay. Prologue to Guide Autism Therapy with MITA focus on autistic kids. Choice Works Calendar focus on routine, and Model Me Going Places focus on social work skills and behavior. So it's hard for the support worker and parents to have different apps in the devices to help this disability development children to grow their skills. So instead of having different apps, we develop only one app who has all in one platform. So support worker only download one app and parents only download one app. They can share the data together. So the parents and the support worker can trace the kids' development from this level to what level the kids already developed. Skills Sprout focus on real life skills. To build a new technology in Australia, I have considered some of Australian regulations. The first one is Privacy Act 1988. This is very important to protect personal data and sensitive data of the children, the family members, where it's defined under Section 6FAN or Section 6 subsection 1. Second one is Disability Support Standards. It regulates services provided to people with disability under the NDIS Act 2013. We also consider that one because we are working with disability children. We have to work together with the NDIS, and because this is to ensure services are safe and high quality for the children. Third one is Safe Commissioner. It enforced the Online Safety Act 2021 to protect the children from any harmful content and any inappropriate advertisement. Last but not least is Web Content Accessibility Guideline to ensure that the apps is usable for people with disability to use the apps. For the apps, I already developed and considering about the data protection, the child safety, accessibility, compliance, and needs to be focused on the NDIS alignment as well, because working with the disability kids or children with disability, we have to work closely to NDIS. For data protection, we build Skills Sprout with the encryption for all user data. We need the parental consent required to use the apps, and there'll be a restriction where there's no sharing of personal data, but the development data, yes, we can share between support worker and parents, but not a personal data, because this is to protect their personal data under the Privacy Act 1988. In terms of child safety, we already blocked any advertisement to avoid any inappropriate advertisement pop up in the apps, no external communication features, and control and safe environment for the children to use the apps. Accessibility compliance, so it's a simple interface of apps, Skills Sprout. I'll make it very simple, so easy to understand for the support worker and parents to use. We use the visual icons and voice instructions, visual and audio, for the excitement and to gain their attentions to learn in the apps. Last but not least is the adjustable difficulty level. We will start from the very beginner level and we improve to the professional level if they can develop their skills and be independent in their life. From that level, we know that the children are growing and they practice all what we provide to them from the apps. So from that level, we can see how successful the apps are. These apps can be used by support workers and family members as well to design to support therapy goal for children with disabilities. Innovative and value of Skills Sprout. First one is educational psychology, where it supports how children learn their best through structured and step-by-step development. Secondly, behavioral learning theory uses reward systems and positive reinforcement to encourage good behavior and motivation for the children. Third is assistive technology principle. It provides visual support, audio guidance, and interactive tools for children with diverse needs. Fourth, user-centered design for disability is designed with a simple navigation, clear visuals, and personalized feature based on each children's ability. Overall, Skills Sprout is the apps to help the children with disability in learning their development through personalized and structured activities, interesting audio and visual features in the apps to build a positive behavior by using the reinforcement and routine-based guidance, and can build their daily living skills, and they can make their own decision hopefully in the future. So we really hope that Skills Sprout can give a good impact to the children with disabilities to improve their overall quality of life, to build their confidence, their consistency and long-term development. And this also can help parents, the family members, and the caregivers to reduce themselves in helping them develop their skills. And with that, I end my presentation for today. Thank you for your time and attention. Skill Sprout, growing skills one step at a time. Thank you.